In this video, we are going to look at plugins. And plugins are just that. They're really cool little modules or little programs that you can get to plug in to your WordPress installation to give you additional functionality. Plugins, I really like plugins because they're so easy to use. I think that's one of the things that you will come to really like about your WordPress site is how easy it is to plug things in. If you want to display YouTube videos directly on your website, there's a plugin for that. If you want to connect an opt-in form to Aweber, there's a plugin for that. If you want to do pretty much anything you can think of, there is a plugin for that. So if you are installed, if your WordPress installation rather is from Bluehost, which is where I do all of my hosting, when you first look at your plugin screen, you're going to see that you have 4 plugins in there, although the first 3 are not activated, meaning they're dormant. Now, if you're hosting somewhere else, you may not see exactly what I see. You may not see Jetpack or Mojo, but you may see Akismet, and you may see this silly little thing called Hello Dolly. Now, plugins act like this. You install them, and then you have to activate them to turn them on. In some cases, for example, Akismet is a plugin that I recommend you do use. It is a great way to protect your blog from spam. It sets up a layer of protection for you. So, for example, spammers can't go through your comments and that sort of thing. If I were to click activate, I would have to basically link my WordPress site to Akismet, meaning I'd have to set up an account there. They do have free plugins. You can pay depending on the functionality that you want. I think Akismet is the one that will actually let you pay what you think it's worth. And if you just starting out set that to 0, it's free. Other plugins here, this is the silliest thing I've ever seen. This is the Hello Dolly plugin. And basically, if this is activated, it just puts a quote from Hello Dolly up here, I guess to just make you smile or make you happy. Personally, I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. For example, let's activate it. And now you'll see that up here, Dolly don't never go away. Dolly never, whatever. That is of no use to me. It doesn't make me happy. I didn't like the movie. I don't particularly like the song. So I'm going to click to delete that plugin. Yes. Get that out of my system. You may also see Jetpack by WordPress here. Now, Jetpack is a way for WordPress blogs to actually connect to the WordPress.com universe and use some of the different features. I've never connected Jetpack because I've always found exactly what I needed in here. But feel free to click on this. If you are using a self-hosted blog or a WordPress installation, there may be some WordPress features that you would like to access. If that's the case, read about it first. Don't ever activate anything just for the sake of activating it. Read about it first and then activate it. The Mojo Marketplace is Bluehost's marketplace. It's a partnership between Bluehost and Mojo, where if I go there, they have themes, plugins, other services that I can pay for. Now, if you're on Bluehost, you can leave it. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just a marketplace where you can go if you want to do something. If you're not on Bluehost, you may not even see this, so don't worry too much about it. So let's go back to plugins. If I want to, I can just deactivate the Mojo Marketplace, and it disappears from my menu bar. So right now, let's talk about how to add new plugins. One of the great things, again, about WordPress is how easy it is to find a plugin and add it for you. Just click on the Add New button, and it will take us to the plugin marketplace. Some are free, some charge. It depends on what you want. You can see there's the Jetpack one. BuddyPress is a way to help build a community. There's also MemberPress, ThemeCheck, anything you can think of, really. Let's say that one of the plugins that I use a lot on my website, and let me find the Entrepreneur Code, is a YouTube plugin that allows me to actually put videos from my YouTube channel directly onto my website. So if I go to Entrepreneur Code and I scroll down, you can see all these videos? I don't do this manually. It's simply a plugin that I download and activate, and I link it to my YouTube channel, and it puts them in there just beautifully. So let's say I want to add YouTube videos to my website. I can type YouTube in the search bar, and this is the one that I use. And so if you wanted to add videos to your website just like I do, you could install it, you activate it, and then you go through the setup process. Now that's one thing that I think I can't stress enough, is just because you install a plugin and activate it, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's ready. You need to go through the settings and set things up like you want. Let's say you were looking to add an Aweber form to your website. Well, there's a plugin for that. Let's say you wanted to do a slideshow. There's a plugin for that. So as you can see, there's a plugin for just about anything. You can go in here and look at the featured plugins, what's hot, what's not. Jetpack is always very hot. What's being recommended, what are the favorites. Basically consider this the plugin marketplace, and you just look at what you need. You go get it, you install it, and then you do the setup. WooCommerce is a really great one if you are looking to do an e-commerce plugin on your site. I also recommend a plugin called, I think it's Membership, which is the one that I'm using on this website to actually control access. Let's type in membership and see what happens. There it is, Membership 2. Why did I say Membership? It's the old brain at work. All right. So the thing to remember about plugins is, regardless of what you want to do on your website, there's probably a plugin for that. But the point is, when you install a plugin, read the documentation, because some of them can be pretty complex. Some of them have a pretty extensive setup. So just make sure when you do add a plugin, it's something that you need, something that's going to make your visitor much happier, something that's going to deliver your content. You know, don't really add a plugin just to add something cute or silly like frickin' Hello Dolly. Give me a break. All right, so that is the tutorial on plugins. Just remember, when you go and you do install a plugin, you're going to see it listed here. You have to activate the plugin. You can also edit and delete the plugin. If you want to know more about it, click on View Details. It will give you an explanation of what the plugin does. It will give you installation instructions, etc., etc. For now, again, start off slow. Just use the plugins that you need, and don't go overboard with plugins. And also keep in mind that the theme that you use often determines how plugins actually work on the site. So I wouldn't worry about plugins until I had my theme installed, and I was going to keep it for a while, and I wanted a way to just enhance the user experience. And you do that through the use of plugins.